Get this dick out of my face. Dick throwing this fucking thing. I am so glad to be here.
I know.
Shut
I'm
the
so happy
fuck
you're
up.
here. I know. Okay, hold on. I have to turn these lights on. We have shit to do here.
Okay.
Get the mic close to your face. Let me make sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Are you comfy?
I mean, I'm chilling.
I'm gonna sit like that too.
Okay.
So we'll be good to go.
I had to wear this. This is my friend's shirt.
I know. So what I'm gonna say is, guys, I didn't know what Nikki was gonna wear, but I knew she was gonna. In case she walked in with some Bill shit, I had this ready to go. So I'm gonna change. I'm gonna put on my dolphins. I wasn't sure, but I had a feeling.
You know, I really wanted to wear my plaid skirt that I just don't have yet, but I was gonna buy one, you know, and then just Bishop Grimes it all again.
Oh, R.I.P.
R.I.P. You should talk CNS.
Let's talk CNS. All right.
Okay, that is old school.
Yeah, throwback.
Okay.
There we go.
Whatever.
Okay. Do you want a water?
We may, but we'll take a break and get that water. I thought we were going to do the wine.
We can do you want wine right now, this second?
No.
I'm personally going to wait probably 10 minutes.
Okay.
Not that long.
I mean, who's to say I didn't have a bottle of champagne already?
Oh, I'm jealous. I really should have. Honestly, I'm like, running on E. All right.
Stop sweating.
I know. I'm dying.
What? This needs to be a fan.
I know. Guys, I am not on my A game right now, but I'm so glad it's Nikki that's here today because I don't need to be on my A game. She is the superstar. She is the main character. She's bringing main character energy. Here we are. Nikki, welcome to Home with Friends.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for having me, Fidelli. That's my name for you.
That is.
Yeah.
Tell us why you're in Charlotte.
Well, if you can't tell, it's Bills weekend. So go Bills.
Do you think there's going to be more Bills fans than Panthers fans?
It's a home game.
I know. That's what everyone keeps saying.
I mean, the spread's 7. You know, coming from a gambler, I'm going to hammer the Bills. Watch, this is going to go live, and they're going to get crushed, and they're going to be like, Nikki, like, you just demolished that bet.
How much money are you going to put on the Bills?
Just a couple grand.
Couple grand.
Were you expecting me to say $5?
No, I love this. Okay, let's talk gambling. Let's open with gambling, okay?
Shit, this is where we cut it all out because nobody's going to watch this after this.
No, they will. They definitely will. How often do you bet on games?
Daily.
Oh.
Daily. I'm a daily bettor.
Okay.
Yeah, daily bettor.
Would you say you have a gambling addiction?
I do. I unfortunately do. I have an addictive personality, as you know, for a couple things, and gambling is one of them.
Okay,
yeah.
So when you say a couple thousand, are we talking like 3,000?
I would probably just gonna do 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And are you gonna go like money line or it's spread?
Spread.
Okay.
Do you know the difference?
Yeah, so money line is straight up.
Yep. So that would be more expensive. So I'm just gonna hopefully I get them at 7.
In my head, I just feel like a money line makes more sense. Like if I think the Bills are going to win, I'm just going to go money line.
I know.
Why do people not do that?
Because it's too expensive. Because it's too easy. So let's say...
Oh, you make more on the spread.
Right.
Duh.
Because the odds.
Teach me.
Right.
Teach me how to gamble.
I do not, because I don't want to see you go under. Because you will not have any of this if you gamble. This will all be bye-bye.
That's not true.
J. Cole will be out that door.
That's not true. Look at everything you have.
Yeah.
What's the most you've ever won on a bet?
I don't know, probably about maybe $5,000.
Oh, that's nice.
But that's not, I mean, it's your losses. How much have I lost?
Listen,
we don't even
I come from an Italian family from upstate New York. All they do is gamble. They live at the casino. I get it.
Yeah.
And like you never come out a winner when you're gambling.
Thanks for the advice. I needed that about 10 years ago.
But it's still fun to have a really big win.
It is.
Every once in a while.
But then you chase your losses.
Yeah.
This is going to be a gambling podcast. We are going to get fired. Nobody is going to listen to any advice we have to say.
No.
Two girls wearing Bills and Dolphins.
Predict the score for tomorrow. Bills versus Panthers.
I would say 34-12. Bills.
Okay, you heard it here first.
Damn.
We'll check in.
Yeah.
We'll clip that.
Check.
All right, so Nikki, let's rewind, okay? Way back when. So I met you 2014. Okay, but before I met you, what brought you to Charlotte? How long were you in Charlotte?
So I moved to Charlotte 2011. I moved here. My job transferred me down here for all the Syracuse OGs. I work at AXA Equitable.
You're still there?
I'm still there. 20 years, December 8th. I'm aging myself.
Nikki!
I know.
Good for you!
I know.
Congrats.
That's actually my side hustle.
Good.
Is cybersecurity at Equitable.
Okay.
My full-time job is I'm not even a real estate agent, but I do, buy houses. But
no, that's amazing. That's the
so
goal. Listen, if I can turn my full-time job into a side hustle, which honestly as a loan officer I can, if I build a book of business and just start doing referrals, friends and family, that'd be ideal.
Yeah. Well, I remember your first day at Loan Pronto.
You do?
Oh, of course.
What do you remember?
Yeah, I just remember you being nervous.
I was
and
so
not knowing
nervous.
a thing. And you're like, how am I supposed to sell loans? I don't know interest rates. Like, what?
I know.
I'm like, yeah, girl, you maybe you should know that, but you'll get to know that.
Bitch, Google it.
And now we got ChatGPT. You're set.
I know. If only it was there 8 years ago, 7 years ago. Okay, wow. So you're still at AXA. I love to hear that. I was going to ask later on. Your job transferred you here.
Yeah, job transferred me. Moved to Ballantine, where they were at the time.
Okay.
Ballantine was nothing back then. So we had an apartment. They didn't have the Ballantine Bowl, which I think that they have now. I think Ballantine has its own zip code, whatever it is now. It was not there.
Yeah.
So I was like, I moved to Charlotte. There was nothing.
So you went straight to an apartment?
Straight to an apartment.
Yeah, and it was a completely different city. And I know that because even when I moved here in 2014, South End didn't exist. What were the going out spots? We all know the Epicenter.
Oh, yeah. It was the only one.
That was it?
Epicenter was the only one.
What about Ballantine? Anything out there?
Ballantine had McAllister's Deli and the Ballantine Spa when I was there. The rest was red clay. Okay?
Isn't there a Blackfin out there?
Yeah.
I feel like
there is, actually.
Yeah.
But we didn't know anybody. We created the Blackfin in the Epicenter.
Yeah, you did.
And then we realized, there was a Blackfin in Ballantine that was non-existent.
Yeah.
You know? But,
okay, wait, let's go back to Epicenter days real quick.
Epicenter days.
Okay.
Which nobody is going to know about the Epicenter.
Listen,
because it's
I don't give
vacant.
a shit. We know about it, and it was fun, and this is for us, and it's fun, and I don't care who's listening and what they remember, okay? This is for us. We're catching up. I haven't seen you in so long.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Epicenter days. So what were your favorite spots in the Epicenter?
Well, Blackfin. I mean, we ran that. We ran Blackfin. I mean, that was it. It was Thursday.
Blackfin and Rooftop, I feel like.
Rooftop. And then I think there was like a candy in there. We threw a candy in there once in a while.
Before candy, it was Sweet and Bubble.
Oh, Bubble.
Sweet and
Thank
Bubble.
you for reminding me of those troubled days.
You're welcome. You know what memory I have of candy?
Do I want to?
Yeah, I'll cut this.
Okay, because there was a fight. I don't know if that's what we're going to talk about.
Do you remember?
Yeah. And I think I stuck up for you.
Yeah. Okay, then I don't have to say it if you remember. But yeah, there was a fight. Yeah. And you did stick up for me.
Of course,
You're so
I would
kind.
Beat the shit out of anybody. We were gangster.
Yeah, we were. Well, at least we thought we were. You were. You were. Because I was running with you and your crew, by association, I was gangster. So I'm like, yeah, damn right. Nikki said it. I'm with Nikki, whatever Nikki said. And it was great. You were the first person that took me under your wing when I moved here.
That's why I love you. I love you.
I love you.
I know.
You were the first person that took me under your wing. I was just a young little 21-year-old kid running around.
Yeah.
And you guys were all a little bit older than me. You guys were established. You had your house. You had your hot spots you went out to. And you just let me tag right along.
Yeah.
I came right into that crew, and
it's awesome.
I met a ton of people through you.
Yeah, you're day one.
You're
a day oneer.
Thank
and I love that.
I love that too.
And you know what? To just blow your bubble up a little bit.
Oh,
I love to see you flourish. You know, like
thanks.
Even everybody, right? Like, we had, Woodward and Bright Walk and all that, and just to see everybody that came into that house.
I know.
And to see where everybody is now. It's unbelievable.
I know.
And then now I'm back in Rochester, and to see everything that's happening in Charlotte, seeing you do this, seeing, I'll name drop Alyssa Real, but like seeing people do certain things is just very satisfying.
It really is. Yeah. And I say this all the time. I've said it on the podcast 100 times, but who you hang out with matters. You are who you hang out with, right? And that's why I give a lot of credit to where I am today to you and to those people that I associated myself with when I first moved to Charlotte. Yeah. Because you can get caught up in the wrong crowd and it can put you on the wrong path.
1000%.
It's easy to get distracted, but y'all kept me on the right path.
Yeah. I think so. And especially moving to a new city where you don't know anybody.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that Charlotte's great because obviously we're a lot of Western New Yorkers, upstate New Yorkers. We know what we look like, right? So we're not gonna
and sound like we're the ones yelling in the corner.
We dress the same, we look the same, we talk the same, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna gravitate to that.
100%.
And I think that is relatable.
It is.
Right? So, and I think that helped a lot of people grow
Yeah.
from upstate. And that's why we all stayed.
Yeah.
You know?
I know. I hate that you're gone. Okay, let's think. So you moved here 2011. You were living in Ballantyne in an apartment. When did you buy your first property?
So that was Woodward. So that was...
When you're saying Woodward, that was the street.
That was
Brightwalk.
Brightwalk,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
So
When you said
Brightwalk.
Woodward, Brightwalk, I thought you were talking about two different places. Brightwalk was your first
Brightwalk
spot.
was the first spot where you came in. And
Yeah.
so that was the first property.
What year was that?
That was 2012.
Oh, pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So would you sign a year lease and then you knew you wanted to buy a house right away?
Yeah, because I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
So when I moved to Charlotte, I didn't know anybody.
Did you move here by yourself?
Moved there by myself.
Did you have a roommate?
No.
Wow.
No. So,
wait, good for you.
Long story short, Nick Carr came down to visit a couple times, and he liked the pool scene. You know, he liked the girls or whatever. So he ended up, saying, "I'm going to move into your second room in Ballantyne." So I said, "Okay, more the merrier."
And this was just a friend from home.
Friend
Nick.
from home. Yep. Friend from home, friend that I worked with. So the same day he was moving down, his brother calls me and says, "Hey, can I crash on your couch for a couple weeks?" And I said, "Absolutely. You're 20 years old. You can crash on my couch. I don't want a dime from you. Crash on my couch till you get your own place." So it was myself and two boys living in Ballantyne in this apartment. And I said, "Okay, well, it's time for us to upgrade. Let's look at a house." So we looked at a couple houses, Plaza, Noda, but all those houses needed renovation. Or the room, there were 3 bedrooms, but they needed, they were too small for us.
Yeah.
So Brightwalk was all red clay. There was nothing there. There was nothing uptown when we were here. So, but it was, doable. So we just built.
How long did that take though?
Like almost a year. So Matt was on the couch for 2 weeks. 2 weeks actually turned into 6 years. So I mean, that was the other downfall.
That's so funny because it happened a couple times. Marissa was there longer.
Oh yeah, Marissa was there. Yeah, Marissa should have been 3 weeks, and she turned to be 5 years, and still counting.
Literally, that's so funny. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys were in the apartment. You guys look at this house.
Yep.
Did you buy this house by yourself, or
Yep.
were they on the house as well?
No.
You were buying the house by yourself.
Bought the house by myself.
Do you remember the process? How'd you find a real estate agent? Do you remember what the loan process was like? I know this was a while ago.
Yeah, but the real estate agent was recommended by a couple because there were a lot of people transferring down from Syracuse because they were hiring. Equitable was hiring, so there was a lot of people transferring down, and so they used the same agent. So I used their agent. And then the loan process, I don't remember the loan processing part of that, but I do remember that my agent at the time recommended not buying Woodward because it was the location at the time. They're like, you're not going to be able to, it's not going to be profitable, right? And I said, oh, okay. Little do I know how profitable it ended up being, but just took a chance.
Yeah. Do you remember purchase price of Brightwalk? What that house costs?
Yep.
What was it?
$280.
$280. Wait, that was the cost of my first one over in Bryant Park.
Yeah, do you still have that?
I do.
Good. Don't ever sell that.
Why do you say never sell that?
Well, that's in a very desirable location. I mean, you bought that house before any of that development even occurred.
Yeah.
I remember when you bought that whole area didn't have like any breweries. Like you were there. I mean, that place over there, they had Pinkies.
Yeah.
I think, and that was it.
Yeah.
I
know. So gentrification is a controversial topic, right? Because it can both improve a neighborhood while simultaneously like pushing people out. So you can always hear both sides. There's always arguments to both. I feel like Brightwalk was the same, right?
Yeah,
that was the only thing in the area. Like, what's your take on buying properties in areas like that? I did it. You did it. Do you seek out properties in areas like that specifically?
So like when I was here, I was focusing on, where is the light rail going? Where is the potential growth going to be?
Yeah.
Right? Because if it's Noda and Plaza and Elizabeth and those big time neighborhoods, is that already saturated? You know, like,
Yeah.
because your cash flow is key. Appreciation is just is an added bonus, you know? So you just kind of want to go to where the growth is. And that's hard because growth is going to be all over Charlotte, you know, at this point.
When you bought, how much did you put down percentage-wise? Do you remember?
20% probably.
Okay.
Yeah. All my houses are 20%.
Why did you do 20%?
Probably to avoid the PMI, you know, and if you have it, you might as well put it down, right? And not that I had it all the time. That was always a challenge with coming up with, you know, 20%, but that was always key. And plus, if it's an investment property, that's a must, 20% down, you know. But also, you know, I rely on my loan officer to give me that advice, you know, and I think that is like, we go back to what I just said earlier, like your agent, your loan officer, like those people are the people that you trust. I've had the same loan officer and the same real estate agent for all of my properties, you know, and that's very helpful for somebody because you trust them. There's like 3 or 4 properties I've never even walked in on, you know, because you trust that person, right? And you trust your loan officer to give you the best rate, and to give you the advice that you need, right?
Are you the type of person where if a transaction didn't go super smoothly, like you would have that tough conversation and be like, I can't work with you anymore, it's all business, I gotta go work with someone else?
I have it all the time.
With who?
My property management companies all the time. I'm on my 4th one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but this one's gonna stay.
Let's stay at Bright Walk for a second, because Bright Walk was fun. Let's talk about the fun stuff, okay?
Fun. That's fun.
So you move out of the apartment. Chris and Matt both move with you.
Matt and Nick. Matt and Nick.
What'd I say? Chris and Matt, Nick and Matt?
Nick and Matt move in.
Okay,
Yeah.
So the 3 of you move into the house.
Yep.
Now, I actually think that's a nice little, like for someone that's younger, the first time home buyer, they want to buy a house, maybe they're living in an apartment right now with a roommate, they can buy a house, have the friend move in with them, pay them rent.
Yep.
It's like a nice way to help with the mortgage. Did you have your friends formally sign leases?
No.
No?
No.
Just kind of trusted them?
Yeah, you trusted them.
Did you ever have any friends sign a lease?
Never.
Interesting.
Never. I had up to 7 people living there.
At once?
At once, yeah.
Where'd they sleep?
Well, Madison slept in my office, you know. I don't know. You don't want to even get into who
Couches.
But I had people living there for, you know, it was 7 people at one point, and it was just a fun house, you know. The more people you brought in, the more, you know, like that was your safe haven, you know? I loved
did the same thing. I did the same thing with my boyfriend at the time. We lived at my townhouse, and then he had a friend living with us for a while.
Yeah.
I had a friend move in. At one point, my brother moved in. My cousin moved in. Like, people were moving in and out all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it was just that age, too. It was just easier to do that. But I think that's a nice little hack.
And you want to be that person. Like, I was glad that I was that person where people would say, hey, Nikki, I have someone moving to Charlotte. Can they crash at your place for a little bit? 1,000%.
I know. You never said no.
Never.
You've always been so, like, welcoming everyone with open arms. Even, like, when you just said your friend's brother was like, can I come crash on the couch? You're like, you're 20. You're not going to pay me a dime.
And
like,
he's a millionaire now. I should have known back then.
You should be like, we got some back taxes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got some things that I can charge your ass for.
You pull out this ledger that you've been keeping for 12 years.
Shit, I should probably start that now.
Yeah, he'll pay you. Do it. Do you still own that?
Yeah.
Have you sold any properties?
Never.
How many properties do you own right now? What?
10.
You don't,
Yeah, 10.
That's amazing.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, congratulations.
I know. So that was a goal. And that was
10
a goal.
was a goal?
10 was a goal.
Oh my God. This is when we should be popping champagne. I'm clapping, guys. For those of you not watching, I'm clapping. Nikki, that's amazing. Yeah. When did you buy the 10th?
Last year.
Wow.
Last year. It's
congrats.
Right near, actually, Bright Walk. It's on Coquina. It's, you know, right on Statesville.
Oh my God. Okay. So this is why you're saying this is your full-time gig. Mm-hmm. Did you buy your second as your new primary?
No. Everything's an investment after that.
What's your current primary? Rochester?
Rochester.
So how many homes do you own in Charlotte or North Carolina?
9.
9 here, and then you own the one you live in Rochester?
Yep.
Okay. Understood. Why do you keep reinvesting in Charlotte specifically and not Rochester?
I think here I love just the growth of Charlotte. Mm-hmm. You know, you have all the job growth. You have Bank of America, you have Wells, you have Ally, you have Honeywell, right? You have all those jobs that are here. You have the, you know, cost of living, you have the lifestyle, you have the greenways, you have, so much to offer
Yeah,
here.
I love Charlotte.
In Charlotte. And I love it too. I love that I can still call this place my home and I can come back and see my friends and everything. I come back often,
Yeah.
So, but Rochester's great too. I love that I had the opportunity to move back home, and that I had the opportunity to come back here. But I don't think, I think you just there's more appreciation for homes in Charlotte than in Rochester, and I'll probably get some backlash for that. But
Yeah,
I just think
probably
that
not. I think it makes sense. Charlotte's
Yeah.
just a bigger city.
bigger city, yeah.
Yeah. Would you purchase investment properties in Rochester?
I would. I think I would, but I think that now that I'm reflecting on that, I think that I have such a good foundation here of a realtor and my contractors and people here that it's just easier.
Yep.
Because if I go to Rochester, then I feel like I would have to manage the property because I'm there, and I don't want to do any of that. You know?
Let's talk property management. Oh, I remember what I was going to say before. So you were talking about growth and the light rail. So what I think is interesting is here in Plaza. So there's a new development over here, the Commonwealth area.
Yeah.
Like they haven't even filled in all the tenants yet. And I remember they announced it in 2021 and they were like, it's going to be a 5-year project. It's going to be done in 2026. And I was like, wait, I got to buy a property in Plaza. And that's when I bought this. I bought this early 2022 specifically for that. And it's now just getting finished. It's getting developed. And I mean, I don't think my home value skyrocketed overnight, but it's just setting me up for success for when I do want to Airbnb this. Everything's walkable. It's just, that's what to your point, basically, I'm just validating your point that you need to look at future growth.
Future growth, always.
Yeah.
Not where it already is.
Yeah.
Future. If you want to make money, it all depends. You have to put your hat on, right? Are you an Airbnb host? Are you a long-term landlord? Are you a flipper, flip-flop your house or whatever? You got to put that hat on, what is your objective? And that's a challenge for a lot of people.
Yeah. Have you done all of it and then kind of decided, okay, that's not for me. Now I want to focus on this?
Somewhat. So out of the 9 here, 3 of them are, Woodward is now an Airbnb.
Okay.
So we have people in there, and then I have 2 other Airbnbs that I am trying to get in that Airbnb market, which is tough. You have to have a lot of patience because you don't know, you have to have, number one, the capital, because if somebody's not renting on Airbnb, how are you going to pay that?
Ideally, would you like all 9 to be short term?
That would be tough. It would be tough.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Because you do like my Excel spreadsheet's very detailed with okay, I'm getting this, right? When you do Airbnb, it's tentative. It's quote unquote. Right. You may or may not get that, right?
Yeah.
So that's the toughest part.
Are you kind of like, all right, maybe I'll do 5 short-term, 5 long-term? Like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, you can, but you need the capital, right? Because you have to furnish that. And I have to pay my interior designer thousands of dollars to go in there.
You have an interior designer?
I do.
Okay, I like that tidbit of information.
Yeah.
So they're here in Charlotte.
Yeah.
They're going around.
Her name's Trudy.
Trudy! Shout out Trudy! Big booty Trudy!
She's really the best, and like I mentioned earlier, having that team and trustworthy team is key. Because even having an Airbnb, you have to set yourself up. How are you going to distinguish yourself from other Airbnbs? I would never be able to do this room like this.
Yeah, you would.
No.
Yeah, you would.
It would be very boyish.
No, it wouldn't.
It would be like,
no,
I would have sports memorabilia all over the place.
So what sets yours apart?
She's helped me do all that. Like it's, and I'm in an Airbnb now because all of them are taken. So
when you come to Charlotte, you have to rent.
I have to rent when I come to Charlotte.
You own 9 properties in Charlotte, but you come here and you have to pay to stay.
Yeah, I do. And it is funny because the Airbnb I'm in now, she'll never watch this because I don't know who she is, but it's all like IKEA furniture, which is fine. I love IKEA, but you feel like when you sit down, you're going to break the chair.
Yeah.
And my Airbnbs are not like that. You have to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
And
because you're charging more, but the quality of the home, the quality of the furniture,
exactly,
is high end.
Yep. You have to have a personality to Airbnb.
Okay.
Because you have to be able to handle people not giving you maybe a good review.
I know. That would be that's tough.
Yeah.
That is
what do you
tough.
mean you don't like my place? I just designed that for you and you don't like it? What do you mean you don't like my cowskin rug? Shit. Put that there for your ass to sit on.
Literally. That's so funny. Okay, so those 3 are Airbnb. Are the others long-term tenants?
Yep.
Do you typically do a year, 2 year?
A year, but also, you also want to think of, these are now that we're in, the fourth quarter, I've noticed that it's harder to get tenants in on the last part of the year.
People always say that. They say the winter is harder.
Yeah, winter's harder for some reason because people are not looking. Either they already signed a year lease in the summer. Who knows what it is? So it depends on when someone signs your lease,
Okay,
right?
give us some tips.
You just never want to end a lease. I don't personally want to end a lease in these trying months because it's harder to.
So let's say someone signs in February or January. Instead of going a year ending in December, you're saying let's do an 18-month
exactly
month lease.
Yeah,
that's a good tip.
Yeah, you don't want your house vacant for too long, but you also again have to have patience because you want to set your rent to be desirable for the quality tenant, right? So it's got to be high, let's say. And so when you have a high rent, it's harder to find that quality tenant. So you have to have patience to sit on that house until that quality tenant comes in.
I can attest to that. So I'm on my, I guess, second tenant, but my first tenant's like re-signed for year after year. So they were in there for 3. And then I have tenants that just came in and they signed for 2. But at both times before they were moving in, it was vacant for a little over like a month and a half. So then by the time they signed, it was like 2 months. And you start to get a little bit nervous at that 2-month mark. I mean, I knew I could float the mortgage. I wasn't necessarily worried about that, but I wasn't getting that many inquiries. And I was like, oh my God, like, should I lower rent? Like, what should I do? I was like, no, I'm just going to wait. I knew it was a tough market. And I know that the economy isn't great right now. People are struggling, but I just held strong and I waited it out and I was patient and I got some good tenants in there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And so that experience is going to lead you, in the future because your first time doing that, like waiting for that tenant, you think it sucks. You think it's life shattering. I have to pay this mortgage on myself. I'm never going to find a tenant. It's awful. You have anxiety, you lose sleep. But then once you get a couple of those under your belt, you're like, it's okay, I can handle this. It's going to get better. It's going to get better.
Patience. Patience is key.
Huge.
Do you have a combination of like single family residence versus a condo versus a townhouse, or are they all single family?
No, there's a couple.
Or a duplex or anything?
No duplexes yet, but I'm thinking about doing that. But doing a tear down and then putting a duplex because I have a single family home and putting a duplex in there to get 2 incomes rather than 1.
Yeah.
That's in the works.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Are there any, like, do you have to get, like, permits for that or no?
Yeah. Oh, I wish. Oh, if you want. No permits.
Well, I just mean, if you already own the home, if you tear it down and rebuild a home and just make it, like, split it in 2, you have to go through.
Probably go through the city. Who knows how that looks
right
now?
Are interested.
Yeah. And don't listen.
You'll learn as you go.
Google.
Yeah. And this is where you just lean on your people that you built a network with.
Absolutely. And that's like my contractors. And thank God they are from Syracuse. I grew up with them. So I trust them with my life.
And they live here now.
They live here now.
Got it. All right, so let's talk about your property managers.
Okay. I will not name drop.
Okay, you do not have to name drop, but what have been your struggles with them?
Struggles always with property management companies is whether or not they're doing their job, right? Because it's easier when you live here and you can maybe drive by your house and see that maybe the lawn's not mowed, or like if it's a vacant property, you just want to make sure that your property is always well maintained, And so living up north, it's been hard to keep an eye on my properties. So there's been a couple times where, the lawn's not mowed. I get a notice from the town saying whatever, your lawn is
mow your grass.
Yeah. And I get pictures and it's like above the windows. I'm like, so is anybody driving by the houses? Like you want the constant attention.
That's
right?
so frustrating because you're paying.
You're paying them, yeah.
How are they getting paid? Percentage of the rent or a flat fee?
Well, now it's percentage of the rent, but previous property management companies have been a flat fee. But I've negotiated throughout the years.
So it's good to know you can negotiate.
Yeah.
What if it's a vacant property and there's no rent? How do they come up with a cost?
They don't charge during that time.
Oh, that's why they're not mowing the lawn.
Right, but they should because they need somebody in there because if they don't keep up with the property, then they're not going to get any new tenants in there because they.
So they're the ones marketing the home.
Right, they're marketing the home.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I thought they were just managing the house. Well, managing now makes sense. They're managing it, but I didn't know they were the ones getting the tenant. I thought you were still doing that.
Nope. No, I do not. I cannot get the tenant. Can you imagine? No, I would be.
What do you mean? I mean, you could post it on Zillow.
I could, but I don't have time. I don't. That's a lot of work. And then for me to like cycle through all those applications, I trust that the management company is going to do all that. And also,
I see.
They take, I don't know what they call it, but they take like once you get a tenant in a placement fee, so they'll get paid like half of the first month's rent probably for that whole vacancy part. So
I see.
Whatever the first month's rent is, they'll take 50% of that.
Got it.
Probably to cover the cost of, not having anybody in there for that time.
Yeah. So what, are you truly hands off?
Hands off.
Do you do anything even with the Airbnbs?
No, the only thing I do right now is there's one headache that I do have that's a tenant. And so what I find also is that when people find out that there's a property management company that has their property, they don't humanize it. They think, oh, a millionaire owns this property. I don't have to pay rent. I can, not pay rent for 2 or 3 months, whatever. So I do have, a couple of tenants that are like that. So I've reached out to them personally and I'm say, hey, I'm a person. So you do have to pay this rent. This is not, yes, a property management company does have this property, but I humanize it, right? Because once you do that, they feel obligated to pay that rent, even though.
Have you gotten good response?
Yeah, he'll pay like 2 or 3 months late, but at least he'll pay.
Right. Are you charging a late fee?
They do, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I get that or not, but
you better get that.
I know.
You should be getting
I just want him to pay.
I know. I know, because that gets scary, because then it's like trying to evict someone's a whole nother thing. Have you ever had to evict anyone?
Many times.
Oh.
Yeah, I have about 3 or 4 people in collections that is a whole scam as it is. I mean, who gets paid from collections is they need to contact me of how you actually get paid once something goes into collections.
Wow.
Because I have like 3 or 4 tenants in there and they're just...
Wait, that's like, I don't like that.
I know.
1, I want you to get your money as your friend. That bothers me. But then 2, like, that could happen to me and that's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's awful. I've had people steal all of my appliances and walk out the door.
Wait,
yeah.
Nikki, what?
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
He stole all the... This was just a couple years ago. I had
what
somebody...
Happened?
It was the end of his term. And we went to go do the walkthrough, and there were 0 appliances. Refrigerator, washer, dryer, everything was gone. Broken windows. And so we contacted him. I had his contact information. He claimed that it was his roommate at the time, but that was a whole big lie. So that's one in collections. I think he's in jail now. So that's kind of I'm never gonna see that money, right? I have there's some crazy stories.
So then, how many months of not paying rent until you can evict?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I would rather have them pay rather than evict, but because that whole eviction process is just awful. Because then they can just be squatters, right? So then you have to deal with all those months of not getting rent and they're squatting. It's hard to get somebody out.
I know.
It's very hard. Like, think about it. I mean, it's very hard.
I know. I know New York is tough, too, because my cousin was dealing with that up in Syracuse. It's really not in the landlord's favor.
Absolutely not. I think it's all in the tenant's favor.
It's all in the tenant's favor. Yeah.
And so that's what's tough, Yeah. I mean, you can turn off the electricity.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So do you keep all that in your name?
For the Airbnbs, I do.
Airbnbs, the utilities are in your name.
Yep. Everything else, no.
Everything else, no. When would you say, is there anything that people would maybe not realize that property management companies do not do? I guess like the collecting rent is one. Is that coming straight into your bank account?
Yep, that comes straight to my bank account. The only thing I can maybe think of is like what I've had to really ask for is, and I don't know how legal it is for them to do, but sometimes like going inside the house, there's a couple tenants where they've moved out and they've left the home like in shambles, and it's like, at what point do you do checks in the house? Like what point are you allowed to go into the house and view to make sure things are up to par? Yeah, the outside of the house, landscape, yeah, because that's going to be in the tenant's, contract to keep up with that. But as far as inside the house, like the holes in the wall, like, do I want to find that out when they move out? Probably not.
No, I know. And that's tough because these people that aren't paying rent and that are the headache tenants, I do kind of blame the property management company, even though you can't always tell. You can't meet someone and know, is this person going to be a shitty tenant?
Right.
But I just feel like they're not vetting them properly.
Right. I mean, look at the guy that stole all my appliances. Right. He paid rent on time every month.
Right.
And then just decided to take everything when he left. Like, he thought it was his for some reason. I don't know. It was so confusing. So awful.
I just thought it was his. There's some people that don't appreciate this cowskin rug. He appreciated everything so much that he took it with him.
They were that good.
Wow, that's insane. Do you have any other like crazy horror stories?
Yeah.
Give us like a fun, juicy one.
Well, I mean, I have one. I don't even know if Marissa will watch this, but when we were living together, I had this one tenant. Her name was I won't even say her name, but she would come to my house with just like a white T-shirt on, no bra or whatever, and that's how she would pay the rent.
Okay.
And
did she have pants on?
I believe so.
For some reason, when you said that, I just pictured her with only a T-shirt.
Stop picturing. But she would come to the house, white T-shirt, no bra, tall lady, and the property management company wouldn't take her on. They actually wanted to try to evict her, but I felt bad because I inherited her, because when I bought the house, she was the standing tenant. And I didn't want to kick her out. Right. She had a kid, whatever. I'm like, stay. And so her way of paying rent was just dropping it off at my house.
Okay.
And so she would come, ring the doorbell at all hours. It didn't really matter. And she would come with, nipples out and everything, and like give me money. And sometimes Marissa had to take it. And it was like really odd. Yeah, it was she's scared. So because sometimes she would have her brothers or her uncle, or it would be whoever she needed to drop off the rent. She would be in jail, and she would have someone drop off the rent.
Hey, good for her.
Yeah, and it would be some like random man coming to the door, dropping off money. So I'll never forget when Marissa was like, well, they want a receipt. I'm like, they've never asked for that, so I don't know what this tell you.
Go get computer paper and a pen. Yeah. Literally, is that
received? I think she did that.
Yeah,
I think she did that.
I would have done. Yeah. I would have been like, oh, 1 second, and literally just hand wrote it.
I know. But now, we've come so far. Obviously, it's all electronic. I would never allow anybody to show up at my door with cash.
I know. Like I'm surprised you even let them know where you live.
I know.
Why would you give your address out, Nikki?
I think we were that was my first couple years of doing that.
Yeah. Well, okay.
It was funny. I mean,
that is funny.
Because it was every day, like every month somebody new or her, and it would be interesting to see what she would show up in,
right.
All hours. And sometimes I wasn't there, so then it was like really intimidating. But
yeah, poor
it was
Marissa.
funny. Yeah. Oh, I've put her in the shittiest situations, but she's lasted.
Yeah, she's great.
She was my backbone in a lot of that. Aww. And she saw a lot during those times.
Yeah. She's probably learned a lot too. How you feeling?
Great. When are we gonna open
right now?
Okay.
We're gonna open wine. Okay.
Oh, you went to CNS, so you guys were bougie.
Okay. First of all, the whole I went to Grimes.
Yeah. For what? A year. Cheers, babe. I love you.
Cheers,
I am so glad we did this.
I know. Thank you for coming.
Of course. Too bad you're wearing that jacket.
Too bad you're wearing that ugly shirt. Yeah. So for the record, everyone, she's giving me shit for going to CNS. And saying she went to Grimes. I also went to Bishop Grimes, 7th, 8th, 9th, CNS 10, 11, 12. I just had to like elevate for high school,
Yeah.
I wanted to graduate with more than 48 people.
I'm 52 right here. And now it's no longer.
I know. And now they combined with Ludden.
Yeah.
Right? Is that right?
One of the biggest rivals. So now.
I know. That's so interesting.
I don't have my elementary. I went to Our Lady of Pompeii. That's.
My mom went there.
RIP, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Grimes. I have no standing school.
Oh.
Besides Brockport. Golden Eagle.
Okay, I have like a little bit of a hot take maybe. Because obviously
hot take or hot flash, Brittany.
Both. I'm sweating. I feel better right now. I feel like, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay, good.
It's made for this mic in my face.
So obviously I have a ton of friends still in Syracuse. So when Bishop Grimes shut down, I was seeing it all over social media. People were upset. People were posting. People were like so sad. This nostalgic, like school's gone. I felt nothing. Like that's the hot take that I have. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I just don't feel that sense of connection with a school. Like even if I went to St. Rose.
Yeah.
St. Rose is still around. But like even if it shut down, I'd be like, oh, okay.
You say that though.
I
think when it happens, it is like a bit heartbreaking. I just think that it just it builds your foundation, you know, and I have a lot of friends from Grimes.
Yes.
And
I understand it.
Yeah.
I totally understand the perspective. I don't know. I felt a little bit weird. Like, wait, should I be more affected? I don't know. Whatever. It's a personal problem.
could be. But CNS, I feel like, but it's because your schools are still standing. If they were gone, you would feel heartache.
Okay.
Yeah, because you played basketball and everything at
I
CNS.
know.
I mean, you've never played basketball after that. So and when CNS is gone,
But
you're
you
going to be like...
know what I do? I be balling in Charlotte.
You can't make a J anymore. No.
Yes, I can. No, I really can't. I really can't.
Because then there goes your basketball life. CNS is gone, so is Brittany's basketball life. It goes with one.
It's so dramatic and intense.
It is. Is this mic okay?
Yeah.
Okay, because yours is like really like down at your tits. Mine is like in my mouth. I feel like no one's going to be able to see my face because it's going to be the mic.
No. I can see your face. I looked at the screen.
Okay, you did? Okay.
All right, where did we leave off?
Oh.
Do you have a combination of single family condo townhomes? I asked you that. Okay, so short-term rental versus long-term rental. Since you're doing both, tell us the pros and cons of each and which you prefer.
Well, long term is just more comforting, right? Because you know that someone's going to sign you can just sit on that. Hopefully they pay for that year. You have a contract, right? So you're banking on that. As far as Airbnb goes, you are making more, right? You are making more cash flow with Airbnb, but it is more of a headache, right? But I'm finding that with the houses that I have now on Airbnb, they have turned into long-term in a way, because I have somebody in one of them that a tree fell on her house and insurance is paying me for her to stay there for a year while her new house gets built.
Wow.
So that Airbnb, you know, I'm still paying the utilities and she has all of the furnishings and everything, you know, so she's paying that. And then I have another guy in one that moved here from Vegas, and he's quote unquote building a house, but we don't even know where he is on that. So
Vegas, you should get with him on some bets.
I would teach him something.
Do you do Airbnb and Vrbo or just Airbnb?
Just Airbnb.
Okay, so when you're buying an investment property, cash flow is king. That's what you said in the beginning. You said appreciation is the cherry on top. The biggest thing is cash flow. So when you're picking out an investment property, are you first looking at what you could rent it for in the area?
Yeah.
And how are you finding that data?
My realtor. Because what you want to do is, you know, you get the comps.
Yep.
That's huge.
That is huge.
Yeah. So the comps will tell you what you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Compared to what your mortgage will be.
Yes.
You know.
This is where you really do want to rely on your agent and a loan officer, because as a loan officer, I can pull the same data that an agent can pull, and then I can pull your numbers for what the new loan will be. So I can say, okay, Nikki, if you buy this property at X amount with 20% down at 6.99, this is going to be your payment. Here's taxes. Here's your cash flow. So are you doing all that up front?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have a number in mind of like, okay, I want to make sure I'm at least cash flowing $600 a month? Like, what's your number?
Well, it all depends on what I have going on for that month, like with my other properties, right? So if I do want to make a certain amount of money a month. So let's say I'm just gonna throw it out there, like $15,000, right? So if one of my properties is, you know, you just want to make sure you get that amount. So on all the 9 properties that I do have, you know, how do I fluctuate them to where I am getting that amount?
Okay,
every month.
So what's your, walk us through specifically detailed strategy, because you also have these Airbnbs where that's not necessarily a guarantee income.
Right.
So what do you do? Or do you rely on somebody else? Do you have a financial planner?
I do have a financial planner, but they don't really get involved with that so much, but I have so many spreadsheets.
Okay.
And I just had to kind of document what I'm getting per each house, and then what I potentially want to get on Airbnb on a given month.
Got it.
Because you have to hit those baselines, or else it doesn't work for you. You know,
Explain that more.
And we like let's just say, you know, you do want to get, because based on you do want to cover your all your mortgages, right?
Yeah.
So whatever your cost of your mortgages, that's primary, and then anything else cash flow is beyond that. So like when I say that, like let's just say there's a couple houses where I know I can probably tend to go down a little bit on my rent to get somebody in the house. I'll do that, and then I'll have to increase my rent on another property to to subsidize kind of like
Got
in a
it.
way.
Got
so you
it.
have to
Got
kind
it.
of do a balancing act.
And I feel like you have enough properties now where the lease is probably coming up on one property, so you have that flexibility.
Right.
You know, you have enough. Some people, most people don't have that many properties, so they can't really do that.
Or if you can't afford to have a vacant property at that given moment, keep the rent the same. Because, you know, you can increase the rent, I don't know what it is, like 3% every time you go through a new lease, but or whatever it is. But, you know, if you don't want to have that tenant move out, then just keep.
Yeah,
you know.
I did that. I had a couple of boyfriend girlfriend. They were living in my rental property. After year 1, they asked if they can renew for the second year. I did increase it year 1 to year 2, just because the economy and market was completely different at that time. By the time they wanted to renew, my rent was way under what it should have been. I only increased that, I think, $100 or $200 a month, something like that. Got it back in line where it should have been. Then after year 2, they were like, can we extend again? We don't want to sign a year lease. Can we do month to month? They were great tenants. So I said yes, and I kept the rent the same. They ended up staying for a whole nother year, which is funny how that happens.
Yeah.
Because I was like, ooh, do I want to go month to month? They were in there for another 12 months, you know, and I kept the rent the same. I feel like if I was going to increase it, they could have moved out earlier than that, or, yeah. So I agree with you. I think don't be greedy when it comes to that. Like if you're in a good spot with a good tenant.
Yep.
Yeah. Safe to say you're financially smart. Really. If you just got your 10th investment property, that's amazing. Who taught you about money?
I would say, my mom was a real estate agent for 30 years. So
that's kind of where
Sue, right? Sue, yeah.
Woo, shout out Sue.
Yeah, so she's been a real estate agent, you know, forever. So I think that helped.
Did your parents have rental properties?
No.
Wait, side note, what anniversary did they just celebrate?
55 years.
Congratulations to them.
And they always loved you.
Oh, I
They
love
always
them.
loved you. They're going to be so excited to see this, by the way.
Oh, cute.
I
Okay. Congrats to them. I saw you post that. I'm like, wow. That's going to be my parents, too. They just celebrated something crazy, 30-something years. Okay, did your parents have rental properties?
No rental properties.
Isn't that funny? I just feel like it was so different back then, and then they're probably so proud to see you do it. So then, okay, she was a real estate agent, so she taught you about money as well?
Yeah, I would say that they taught me about money. You know, and I never really thought of being like a real estate agent. Like, I'm not an agent by any means, or like being in the real estate market at all. I never had that hat. But what I did have the hat on for was money, you know, and how am I going to make money on top of my full-time job? And what am I going to do besides gambling? Because that's not going to be, that's probably not going to always last. So, I need a side hustle, you know?
Yeah.
Because I get super bored.
Yeah.
I get super bored.
No, good for you. I think it's a great quality to be money motivated.
Yeah.
And I think women in general don't talk about that. They don't talk about wanting to make money, and we should, because I want money.
I know. And
Really?
that's why I'm so thankful that, like, you girls here have taken the steps that you have taken to just be...
just trying to get like you, Nikki.
You know, you guys are bosses, and I'm so proud of everybody.
Yeah.
Where you guys have all gone, you know,
I know.
bosses.
I know, I'm proud of all of us.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you too. So you said you had a financial planner, but they don't really do too much with the real estate. What do you use your financial planner for, and would you recommend everyone get one?
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. I think, so my first job with Equitable, because Equitable is a financial company, it was as a call center. I was like 22 years old, and I was buying, like, trading on the stock market.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And so that was what I was doing. So at a like young age, at 22, I had, obviously the 401k or Roth, traditional, the whole 9 yards. And I think everybody should have all that.
I agree.
And if it's too much for you to, navigate, then have somebody do it for you. He does everything for me. I just give him the money every month, and then he rebalances. And
when did you start working with him?
At 22.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't have a financial planner. I do everything myself right now. I don't feel like I need one yet. But I have a brokerage, a 401k, a cash account, an IRA. I have everything. I use a robo-advisor. I use Wealthfront. I don't know if you ever heard of it. So I feel okay right now, but I've always been interested.
And that's fine. Yeah.
No, I know. It's everyone's different. It just kind of depends.
But it's only because he works for my company, right? So when you work for a company like mine, they do, meetings or presentations to get you in, and then you sign with them afterwards. But the investment vehicles that I do have are proprietary, so you can only go have them unless you have an advisor. You can do TD Ameritrade or do all these other companies on your own. But if you do a company like myself or like LPL, something like along those lines that are proprietary, you have to have somebody purchase that product for you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. See, learning something new. Okay, good to know. Do you remember how much money you were making when you bought your first property? Because I feel like some people are so intimidated by buying a home. It's a huge investment.
Yeah.
It's a huge amount of money. But I think people can make it work.
Yeah.
I really do think more people can make it work than they realize. So do you remember how much money you were making?
I mean, I was probably 27, 28. I was probably making, maybe 70.
Right. And you just used your savings?
Yeah, I used my savings and I saved up, and I think my parents probably gave me some money, not a lot, just for that home, you know? But I do agree with you. I think people are intimidated, and I also think people procrastinate too. Mm-hmm. They always think something is better, right? But if you wait and wait and wait, you lose the opportunity, right? So it's not, I don't want to say like you pull the trigger too fast, but you don't always time the market, right? Because you can't time the market.
You cannot. You cannot.
Right, you can't. And it is intimidating, but you need somebody to kind of push you to do it if you are intimidated or you're a procrastinator or whatever. I think that was something that just never was me. I pulled the trigger on so many things.
And I remember when I bought my first property, and just like you, I just had that conviction of like, I'm just going to do it. Like when you said that person told you it wasn't going to be profitable, and now it's super profitable. Like you also, sometimes you got to just like do things on your own. Absolutely. You might not get the support. The internet might not tell you it's the best idea. And if you do make a mistake and you buy a property that doesn't turn out to be the best, most profitable investment, it's a learning experience.
Absolutely. I mean, I bought my second rental, I forgot what area, it's like over by, it's on Erickson. It's not like the best area, but it's very profitable for me now. But at the time when I bought it, the inspector went in there and sent me the inspection report. It was 30 plus pages, red ink throughout the entire thing. I sent it to my mom because back then I was sending things to my mom for like approval. She was like, Nikki, do not buy this property. Do not buy this property. And when I bought it, she didn't talk to me for 3 months.
Really?
Yeah, she did not talk to me for 3 months. And I'll never forget it because I went against her, which I never really do. But there was something about that property that just spoke to me. And it's a double lot. I'm drawing a blank on what area it's over, whatever. But it's awesome now.
Did you not make money on it for a while?
It was hard to get somebody in there because it wasn't in the best area, but now it is. Now it has gotten so. A lot of my properties are in Noda, Plaza, Villa Heights, and then Druid Hills. So that's where all my properties are.
Do you have anything in Uptown?
No, I would consider the Druid area as uptown, like where Woodward is and Brightwalk. Yeah. You can kind of consider that. Yeah. But I know a lot of my friends have gone out to Belmont and gone near the airport, so there's other profitable areas. Yeah. Because as you notice, like all these areas are so condensed here that people are going to look on the outskirts for that profitable investment opportunity.
Now that you hit your goal of 10, are you going to slow down for a second, or are you?
No, I'm definitely slowing down. So.
Oh, you are? Yeah. I thought you were going to say no. No. Oh, okay, good. Because you deserve it.
Yeah, I think now what I want to do is my next is like a lake house up in the Finger Lakes.
Oh, for yourself?
Yeah.
Would you use it as an investment too, or just truly leave it for you?
Leave it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I'm surprised you don't have one yet.
I know, I am too. But I think now that I'm there, the first 2 or 3 years I've been in Rochester was COVID. So, I mean, I was under a rock trying to get my bearings, and now that I do, and now that I have my goal, I'm going to just kind of focus on myself.
Good for you.
Not myself, my family.
I think I'm going to make my goal 10 investment properties because Nikki made her goal 10 investment properties. Really?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, so
how long did it take you to get there?
10 years. It was a house a year.
And did you do it that way, or did you have some years with multiple?
I had 1 year with 2.
Got it.
Yeah. 1 year with 2, and then the rest just came. It was just supposed to be one. After I bought my first house, I said that's going to be my goal. 1 house a year, 10 years. And I never thought I would do it. But then, you struggle because then you're getting to November and you're like, shit, I don't have a house. And then you know.
Is that what you do?
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
no, I mean, I'll take the opportunity, but if I have had that thought where I'm at the end of the year and I don't have a house, and then I'll, full force.
And go buy one?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
See, that's goal setting right there.
Yeah, and I think that's any advice for anybody. Like, you have to set a goal.
Yeah.
Because that's going to force you to do it.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we're so goal oriented. We're crazy.
Yeah.
We're crazy girls.
In a good way.
Yeah, in a good way.
I was going to ask if you ever did a 1031 exchange, but the answer is no, since you haven't sold any of your properties. You're familiar with that?
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, a 1031 exchange is when you sell an investment property and you use the profits to buy another investment property to avoid paying
The taxes.
capital gains tax.
Yeah.
So obviously if you're not selling the property, you're not doing it. So you're using your own funds to purchase more properties. You're putting 20% down. You already said that. Are you pulling from savings? Are you pulling from different investment accounts?
The last few properties, I think about 4 of them, my fiance, because I'm engaged now.
Congratulations!
Yeah. So her and I have, purchased our properties together, which is great because
So
we have
you guys going 50-50 on down
50-50,
payment?
yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. But
Nice.
they're ours, so that's been helpful. But other than that, my sole properties come from my home equity line of credit. So
Okay.
I've taken a line of credit.
I do HELOCs, so I do purchases, refis, HELOCs, HELoans. So, okay, tell us about your
So
HELOCs.
I did that for Bright Walk, my first house. And then, so what I do is I'll just pay that off every year. And then I'll use those funds, transfer that into my bank account.
Interesting.
And then that's how I pay for my houses.
Just on the one HELOC on Bright Walk.
One HELOC
So
on
on Bright
Bright
Walk,
Walk.
you have your first mortgage. Is it paid off yet or no?
No.
So you have your first mortgage, you have your HELOC.
Yep.
Let's say the line, do you remember the line amount? Is it like 500K? Who knows? It doesn't matter.
Idea.
So then, for people that don't know how a HELOC works, HELOC, home equity line of credit, let's say it's a $500,000 line of credit. I'm making up that number, and you need $200,000 for a down payment. You'll pull $200K from that.
Yep.
Then your payments every month are to pay that $200K off.
Yep.
But you have to pay a lot because with these HELOCs,
Interest.
Interest only.
On whatever you have dispersed.
It's just like a large credit card tied to your home, okay?
Yep.
So basically, you have an interest-only payment period, just like with a credit card. If you make the minimum payment, it goes just towards interest. So you need to make that minimum payment plus some to go ahead and pay it off quickly. So you're paying aggressively on it.
Yep.
You're paying it off.
Yep.
Then when you're ready to buy your next one, you're pulling from it.
Use it.
Nice.
Yep. And that's what I've been doing.
Wow, for every
Since
property.
Every property.
You use that one HELOC.
One HELOC.
Wow, that HELOC's getting some use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Because that was easy.
Yeah, that is easy. That's a good little strategy.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to splurge on?
Oh dear. Travel.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I travel so much.
I know. Are you still traveling a lot?
All the time. Yeah.
Are you going, what's coming up? What trips do you have coming up?
Nothing right now coming up, but my favorite, I've been India, China, but we've gone to Turkey the last couple years, and Turkey is just unbelievable.
Really?
The food, yeah. Well, I think it's because, Selma is from Montenegro. She's very ethnic, and she's opened up a world of, just all this different foods and culture. We love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you guys.
Yeah.
What money advice would you give to someone who is trying to save to buy a house while also wanting to travel and just live their life and have fun?
Put away all your funds from your job. When I get my paycheck, I probably get $10 because everything is going to either savings or, my investments. It's going to pay off my HELOC. When I get my cash from my paycheck, it's very minimal.
Yes, good advice, but people that do not have a side hustle, you have your rental properties.
Yeah.
How much do you think you make more off your rental properties per year than your full-time job?
I would say...
Or is it close?
It's close.
Okay.
It's close.
All right, so we're talking about people that don't have a side hustle. They want to buy their first home.
Yep.
Rewind to that point in time. What money advice would you give to them? Because they can't just put all their money away, you know, from one paycheck.
Well, I mean, I don't splurge,
Yeah.
And I also don't, you want to buy your first home, but sometimes it's not always in the best interest of everybody. If you need to, rent for a little while, negotiate your rent, save money. You don't always have to buy a house. People are always buy a house, don't rent because you're throwing money away. Same thing with leasing a car, you're throwing your money away. But if you have to rent, it's not always the worst idea.
I agree.
It's everybody, don't stop comparing yourself to everybody else, And if you have to rent, negotiate the rent. you know, and then save some money.
Yeah. You might have to sacrifice a little bit.
Oh, 1,000%
Yeah.
sacrifice. Don't buy, you know, J. Cole tickets or, you know, these rugs from Cowskin.
You love this Cowskin rug.
I do.
I'll send you the link when we're done.
Please.
Do you want to leave our listeners with any real estate advice or money advice?
Yeah, we're talking about the houses plural, but having one good investment is better than having 3 headaches.
Have you made any major mistakes that you learned from? I mean, you have all the houses, so I assume not. I assume you would have sold one if you were...
Well, I mean, you always have kind of some regrets, you know, like maybe you could have negotiated a price down a little bit more because then your mortgage is pretty high compared to like the rent that you're getting. So there's some mistakes along the way, but then you have to correct it. Figure out how to correct it. Like, don't just say, oh, I have a regret, I'm going to lose sleep over that. You got years to figure it out.
Figure it out.
Yep.
Have you refinanced a lot?
Never.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
I probably will.
Yeah, you should look into it.
Yeah. I mean, but all my interest rates are great. The highest
Good.
interest rate I have right now is maybe a 6%er.
What?
Yeah.
On investment properties?
Yeah.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Your loan officer's getting you good deals.
Yeah, she's great.
Good. I feel like we're wrapping up. I have a fun question, but I don't want to be done yet. I have nothing,
We still have like some
I have nothing
wine.
else to ask, but I want to ask more. Like, what can we talk about? I don't know. Is there anything else you think we should really talk about that could be good for people?
You know, I think we talked about it too, but having people around you that are going to support you is key. You know, because I have a lot of friends here still that, you know, when I come here, they drop everything that they're doing and they come to see me, right? And I think that having the support and not having friends that can potentially be jealous of you, right? Because you are going to come into contact with that. But you want to have people that around you that are bosses as well, women, you know.
Yep.
And you do. You have a very good friend base, and I'm proud of you for getting that. You know, because a lot of your friends are very successful.
Thank you.
And that helps you.
Yeah, you're so right. It really does.
Yeah.
Who you know matters.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap with a fun question that's completely unrelated to everything, because that's what I do.
Okay.
Are you ready? If your life were a movie, what would the title of this chapter be?
Man, you know, I don't know. I think I have to like use something like that I'm back home, so maybe like Homeward Bound kind of thing. Like this is like I came here. You know, if you asked me 10 years ago if I would ever return back home, I would have said no. Like, this is Charlotte is my home. This is my base. I have created like my life here. But then your family gets older, you meet somebody that you love, and then, you know, you return back home, right?
Yeah.
And you have...
Oh, Nikki, that's so beautiful.
I know, don't cry. You have no tissues. But Homeward Bound, not about dogs, but about people, you know?
Yeah.
You know, so it has been bittersweet because I made a full circle and I am back home where I never thought I would return.
Yeah.
And I have met such a great group of women at the gym that I'm at. I'm back with my college girlfriends that I went to school with. And so we have come full circle as, you know, the older we get, you know, they started their families. Will forever be an aunt. Maybe we'll be a mom soon because Selma's so young. Maybe we will have kids, but you know, everything comes full circle, and I'm able to come back here and spend time with you and everybody else, and I love it. But I'm also able to go back home and spend time with my family.
How long have you been in Rochester?
4 years.
Got it. Nikki, I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you so much for coming on Home with Friends. This was so fun.
I know. Thanks for having me.
Of
I love
course.
you, and I'm proud of you.
I love you, and I'm
So
proud
cheers.
of you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo! Wow, that was amazing.